8 tips to blast through a weight stall with Zepbound weight loss. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I'm super stoked today to talk about weight stalls after having lost over 88 pounds on my 100-pound weight loss journey by taking GLP-1 medication the last 16 months. I was on Mounjaro because of the Mounjaro shortage, moved over to Zepbound because of the Zepbound shortage, moved over to now the Zepbound compound, which is tirzepatide compound. And with tirzepatide compound, I've been on it now, this is my 3rd shot. So rocking towards weight stalls, which I've had a lot. And someone reached out to me over on Countess of Shopping Instagram, and we were DMing back and forth about their weight stall. And I was like, gosh, I need to do an updated video. I haven't done an updated video on my weight stall. I forget when I did my last one. It was in the 70-ish pound weight loss journey component, and now losing 88 pounds. Before I got to the 88 pound weight loss mark, I lost 3 pounds in 1 week from the whoosh effect. But I'm gonna talk about 8 tips to help you. And again, this is not medical advice. I'm not a healthcare provider. I will always punt you back to your healthcare provider. But what simply has worked for me with my experience, strength, and hope. Tip number 1, or hack number 1, is my appetite suppression over the last 16 months of being on GLP-1 medication has progressively changed. There has been this ebb to where I am now, which is the highest possible dose on Zepbound at 15 milligrams, and with now the compound, essentially the same thing, the equivalent to that, is my appetite suppression has changed, and therefore my weight loss has changed because I'm hungrier. Eli Lilly tells us, the manufacturer of Zepbound and Mounjaro, that we have to change our physical activity and lifestyle changes with our food. And so I very much have been actively doing, we're gonna be talking about that in a little bit, but the appetite, recognizing for me, just recognizing, oh, the appetite suppression that I once had when I was on Mounjaro 2.5 milligrams, Mounjaro 5 milligrams, and subsequently each time I titrated up, has now varied. I'm at the absolute ceiling. There's nowhere else for me to go. Normally, I just say titrate up to the next dose. I don't have that luxury anymore until retatrutide, which is in clinical trials now, comes to the market. If it does, it probably will be 2 to 3 years. So I will patiently be waiting. I'm also patiently waiting for higher doses of Zepbound or Mounjaro to come out. Those are still in clinical trials too. So recognizing that appetite suppression has changed, and therefore I need to change, right? Like, because my weight has changed, I need to change. And that leads me to number 2, is my expectations. I had 100 plus pounds, I mean, if I'm really honest, more than 100 pounds to lose when I first started this weight loss journey. This chickadee on the left-hand side is completely different who I am through taking a GLP-1 medication. Physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, like the whole thing. It's changed my life. As a mom, as a wife, the way I keep my house, like all of it has changed. And so therefore the expectation that I'm going to crush through my first week, I lost, was it 11 pounds? Like, that's ridiculous. That is not normal. That's not sustainable. That's really not healthy, and nor do what I want. And so changing my expectations, a healthy conversation for me, talk to your own healthcare provider, is 1 to 2 pounds per week. That healthy cadence and rhythm of that, and recognizing if I only lose 1 pound per week, that's amazing. Having expectations for me to lose 5 pounds per week, or even the 3 pound whoosh that I have, is not normal. And that I don't want to be framing my mindset in that unhealthy space of losing more than that. If I only lose 1 pound per week, I'm to the point now, if I lose a half a pound per week, that is a huge victory. I'm gonna celebrate that, I'm gonna enjoy that, and I'm gonna be grateful for that. The counter to that also is my body is physically fighting against me. There's studies that have been done about how our bodies, as we lose weight, do fight against us. Like, it's not that, like, there's a fighting against that's going on with that, which is why and I don't know if this is part of it, this is just my adding on to that study, is the whoosh effect of why I'm like a camel and I don't lose weight for a week or two and then I lose, like how I lost 3 pounds in 1 week after a while of not losing weight. Part of that was habits, which I'm going to talk about too, accountability, honest appraisal, honest inventory, but the expectation and changing my expectations of what a weight stall even is, right? Losing only. It makes me, I have an amazing free group. I love my free group so much. It is my safe haven in that free group. There's thousands of people. Don't join it if you're not nice. You can go to someone else's group, but for my group, they're amazing, smart, intelligent men and women in that group that encourage and motivate and provide science-based health and prayer and all of it, like science and like, it's amazing. It's a fabulous group. And with that, starting the conversation, and we do call each other out within that group of, I only lost a pound per week. Good. We shouldn't be saying only. That's an amazing victory in itself. Or I'll get DMs of, oh, in the last 3 weeks, I only lost 5 pounds. I'm like, oh my gosh. I had a conversation with someone recently about how the old me back at the 88 pounds ago, 16 months ago, more than 16 months ago, would have just peed my pants over losing 5 pounds in 3 weeks, because I couldn't, not only could I not lose weight, I would gain weight. So to be able to, and my husband reminds me of this often. He's like, you're not gaining weight when I have weight stalls. He's like, you're not gaining weight. Back in the day, you would have gained weight, because I had lost a lot of weight with keto, and then it just all came back. With chronic obesity management, that diets don't work because I have a GLP-1 deficiency. I need to have that GLP-1 hormone. Probably will have to have it for the rest of my life. I don't know, but with the information I have now. And so recognizing also, if I'm fighting for this, I'm doing the best I can. Tip number 3, sleep. My sleep was whacked out because of my hormones, because of the medication. And I've done a ton of other videos on this. And what dramatically helped my sleep was using Bioptimizers Magnesium Breakthrough. I changed over to them. You can use the discount code QUEEN in the description link. I'll link down for you. I'll link down for you to get a discount, the discount link for it. But it has in there 7 types of magnesium. The one I had been taking previously that I used to recommend, I don't recommend it anymore. The one I previously used to recommend only had 1. This has 7. Taking 2 pills at nighttime for me, you can take it in the morning to help. Oh, this one's not open. You can take it in, is this one open? It's like, do I have an open one? I don't have an open one. The pills are not crazy large. So many of you guys have asked, are the pills crazy big? No, they're not at all. And it's this gentle, easing sleep with it that has been so helpful for me. But not only has it helped with my sleep, but that's been like the major thing to help me on my weight stall, of getting good rest with my weight stall. For me, I will hold on to weight if I'm not sleeping well. And this has been one of the key hinge pins literally on my checklist that I can check off and be like, okay, I'm sleeping. I am sleeping. I have my Oura ring. I've been wearing it again, and I can literally see the like I can see now over trends with it of how great my sleep is as a result of changing over to Bioptimizers. That's just me, just using my own little, I love using my Oura ring to read stuff. And this has been so helpful from when I wasn't using Bioptimizers to now when I do use Bioptimizers. And I also love it because it has on there the heart recovery that goes with it, muscle recovery that goes with it. Because I don't know, we're having a major thunderstorm as I'm filming this, so hopefully the power won't go out. Speaking of sleep, going back to the muscle recovery, I've been working out more. I've been lifting. I have been moving and walking 2 to 3 miles per week with Mr. Freddie, or per day. And so having that to help with my muscles too, game changer. Now, here's the other big thing that I used to be embarrassed about talking about, but I'm not going to be embarrassed anymore talking about it, is constipation. Like, side effects of Zepbound was constipation. And I've had all the different type of gastrointestinal ones: diarrhea, nausea, vomiting. I've not had vomiting, but those are the 4 ones, and constipation. And for me, constipation comes when I don't take this. Like, when I don't have my magnesium, I do get constipated. So just FYI, for me, that's been very, very helpful. Again, my discount code is QUEEN, QUEEN. I will link that down in the description link below. Bioptimizers is amazing. I've subsequently went on to use their other products, like their mushroom breakthrough. It has in there collagen, but also helps with brain functions. They have another sleep breakthrough as well, which is that's different. But my main jam that I love and has been revolutionary for me for my Zepbound weight loss and pushing past these weight stalls is Bioptimizers. I feel like I need a jingle for it, with my magnesium breakthrough. Okay, let's move on to tip number 4, is new level, new devil, new skill sets to learn. And for me, this has been interesting that like when I walked into taking GLP-1 medication 16 months ago, I thought I had the skills required to lose weight, and turns out that I've had a lot of changes I've had to make, permanent lifestyle changes. And so as I get to these new set points of when I lost 30 pounds versus losing 50 pounds versus losing 70 pounds now versus losing 88 pounds and soon to be the 90-pound weight loss, I've had to learn new skills and taking an honest appraisal and inventory of that. And so that's tip number 4, is to take an honest inventory and appraisal of your skill set with weight loss as it pertains to working out and food. Physical activity, Eli Lilly, the manufacturer of Zepbound, tells us we need to make lifestyle changes with our physical activity and our eating habits. So for me, tip number 5 is I just bought a new course for lifting. Many of you guys have heard me talk about the free here on YouTube, free wall Pilates. I've been doing that for a while now. A group member had recommended, thank you to my fellow group member. If you want to join that free group, it's linked down in the description link below. Just click that ... more button. But the wall Pilates got me to a point, now I'm ready to get into lifting. I was an athlete a long time ago, and I used to lift actively. And so I know how to lift, but I wanted a program, and I had bought the book that I previously recommended, and now anyways, I bought a program that's lifting, you follow on a video. It's on demand video with it. And so I'm going to test that. I'm not going to say which program it is because I want to test it first before I make any recommendations. But by doing first walking Mr. Freddy, I just walked was my physical activity. Then that propelled me to wall Pilates, which now is propelling me into lifting. So taking these instrumental new steps, super helpful. Tip number 6, eating lean protein. If I'm on a weight stall, am I having the best possible protein for me? Now, I used to love keto until it stopped working for me, until it didn't. And so I do believe and know the scientific data behind having high fats. It's good for our brain. It's good for a lot of things. So I still do have high fats, but in terms of balancing high protein with a lower calorie diet, balancing those together, I'm focusing on the satiety of staying full with lean protein. And so things such as fish, chicken, 99% ground, 99% lean turkey, which is very hard to find in my area. Like I have to go and buy like 5 packs up across the Appalachian Mountain, literally here in rural Virginia. Fish, seafood like shrimp or crab or lean protein. And so that has been a huge shift for me of I don't really know how to cook fish well. And so I've been learning with my new grill how to cook fish well, how to steam shrimp, how to, like even this 99% lean ground turkey for 4 ounces is 120 calories. For 4 ounces of 93% lean turkey is 160 calories, somewhere in there. So like I'm learning these different nuances, and 40 calories doesn't seem like a lot, but at least learning. And that's what I'm trying to do. I feel like there's like this whole umbrella of what I don't know and learning now. When you don't know what you don't know, and now I know what I don't know, and I'm actively trying to learn those skill sets with that. So that's tip number 6 for weight stall is check yourself with your protein. For me, I have 100 to 120 grams of protein per day per my GLP-1 dietitian. Best recommendation to stay full. Days that I sneakily snack or I'm over on my calories, it's because I'm not hitting my protein. When I take that honest self-appraisal and honest inventory, I'm not hitting my protein. I'm at like 50 grams of protein. The 100 to 120 grams of protein was recommended for me because of the muscle mass loss that happens with GLP-1 medication. Tip number 7, this is what I see for others, not for me. I wish this was me, but it's not. It's other people have said that they're not eating enough, and when they do eat the right amount of calories for themselves, then they seem to have a weight loss, which seems counterintuitive. But I've seen that over and over and over in my free group of people simply because they have such high appetite suppression. And this is where I'm like, I wish I was there. Like, I just don't really have very much appetite suppression now. I've been on for 16 months. My body has hit this threshold. I'm hungry a lot more, even with the protein. But I have to be super, super diligent about my protein. But for you, maybe you've just started or you've just titrated to a new dose and there's this blockage of you're like, I'm not eating enough calories. Well, maybe don't titrate up. Again, talk to your healthcare provider always about maybe not titrating up. That's a debate, maybe don't do that. And then also checking the honest self-appraisal and inventory, the eating habits with that, right? And for me, tracking, it goes back to tracking. I've switched over to MyFitnessPal because it's free to track and I can see how many calories and my protein and stuff in my macros easily. That has been helpful. Tip number 8, if you have a weight stall, when was your last blood panel? It's always one of my questions to people that join Fridays, the telehealth company I work with. I love them. I highly recommend them. Use the discount code QUEEN, and I'll link in the description link below. It makes me do blood panels. Check with your health insurance though, or if you have like the CVS app, you may have with your health insurance ability to do free blood panel stuff where you're not paying for it. that might be an option for you. But doing blood panels to see, just double checking to make sure all your levels are where they're supposed to be, right? Like that could be very much why a weight stall is if you're deficient in something or you're over in something, and your healthcare provider can help you facilitate and navigate that too. So these are what's working for me to push past and recognizing I'm okay at being a turtle. Turtles unite. I'm happy to be a turtle. I don't want to lose it too quickly because of appendicitis, pancreatitis, and some gnarly, like I already have loose skin. Let's just be honest. I already have loose skin from losing 88 pounds. And yes, I did do intermittent fasting per Dr. Fung. I do have loose skin. But I feel like I would have even more if I had lost even faster. And so that this for me is a long-term lifestyle, permanent change. And so I'm okay with going a little slower. I'm an overachiever. I'm type A and I like to be an overachiever. But on this, I feel like I'm going at the rate in which I'm going at, and it's okay. It's okay. Couple of things. One, free group information linked down in the description link below. Your accountability question today is, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? Tell me in the comments. I love reading those because it motivates me just as much as hopefully it motivates you. Two, our emoji of the day is going to be a turtle. If you made it this far in the video, it helps me to get to know you better. So you can put down in the description link below or in the comments below turtle, and then it will help me to get to know you. It's twofold. One, it will help me to get to know you better because I do care, truly. And then two, and iron sharpens iron. And then two, I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, great. I will uplift you in positive thoughts. But all-inclusive community. But I want to get to know you better, truly. So put that little turtle in the comments if you've made it this far in the video. And then two, if you wanted to go ahead and check out, go ahead and shop Bioptimizers, the Magnesium Breakthrough. I highly recommend. Linked down in the description link below. Their stuff is absolutely amazing. It has in there their special formularity. It's incredible. It's incredible. So, and I'll leave the science stuff too. You guys know I'm like a science nerd. That's linked in the description link below too for Bioptimizers. Sweet friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. Make sure you share this video too with your bestie who's on a GLP-1 medication. Have a great day, friends. Bye, guys.